What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I got Jason Barnard with me, who is the president and CEO of Foremost Lithium. Ticker is FMST. Jason, I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thanks for having me, Cal. I'm look forward to introducing this great opportunity that is Foremost Lithium to you. We're on the Nasdaq, FMST, and just as of Tuesday, we launched. We've come from a Canadian listing and uplisted to the Nasdaq with a $4 million US financing through a company called ThinkEquity, which is a bank near Wall Street.
Oh, nice. So obviously just recently joining the NASDAQ, kind of touched on a little bit, but could you tell us a little bit more about the company and some of your recent developments that you've done?
Yes. So Foremost Lithium, I'm the president and CEO. I want to point out also I'm the largest shareholder. I own over 10% of the company. So I put my money where my mouth is, and I care very much about investors. So I thought I'll let you know that. So we're in Snow Lake, Manitoba. We've been looking for lithium for many, many years there. We have four distinct lithium properties. They're called the Lithium Lane properties. And that's 43,000 acres, square acres, and four distinct properties. One called Zoro, we made a discovery on back in 2016, and the stock went at this cap table to the equivalent of $45. So we're not new to the game. By no means is this a greenfields situation. We've got lots of lithium, and we actually have a resource on our Zoro property. So we recently were in the field and developing out our Lithium Lane properties. And most recently, we've been in the field and we've got many, many pegmatites. There's 40 pegmatites in total on all these four properties. The one that we made a discovery on in 2016, we've developed a million tons of 1% resource on, and we plan to go back in with the use of these proceeds from the recent uplist to the NASDAQ and go and drill off more tonnage. Most recently, so far as raising capital, recent developments of the company, I sold non-dilutive into the company for $3.5 million, a property that we had in Northwest Territories. We put about $600,000 into that, sold it for $3.5 million, non-dilutive cash in the treasury. And I'll do that from time to time because in the lithium space, real estate matters. And if you can use non-core assets and sell them and reap the rewards for your treasury, I'll go ahead and do that. Also recently, metallurgy. Metallurgy is important to this game. Recently, we through a subsidiary of Glencore called XPS, we did a 1,000-pound sample, and we were able to take that all the way to the final step. So what happens is you pull this lithium ore out of the ground, you send it through a mine, which I'll mention in a second. We're near one with the Tanko mine in Manitoba, but you put it through a mine and you get what's called lithium concentrate, and then you have to send it for further processing to get that white silvery metal that you get the big dollars for. And we processed it all the way to where we have our metallurgy, and our ore is amenable to 6% battery grade lithium. This is important. What does this do? Well, when you prove that you have 6% amenable battery grade lithium, it means that you can actually send it to the mines and send it for processing. So that means that you can do the transactions that we see much more of in the industry. We're seeing electric vehicle manufacturers and battery makers doing transactions with companies like ours, where they get that supply and they guarantee it by doing a deal. They call them offtakes, where they inject capital in us now, and we have future delivery of lithium down the road. So this recent development of 6% battery grade lithium allows us to go and talk to electric vehicle manufacturers and electric battery makers that want to secure that supply in the ground. Because as you know, with the demand for electric vehicles, lithium, which cannot be replaced, is in high demand, And so a lot of these companies are worried about future supplies, and it's very good for shareholder value and very good for your share price to do a deal with an electric vehicle manufacturer or battery maker. So metallurgy, that's a recent development. We also did that. We also recently got properties in Quebec near the only other hard rock lithium mine, that's Piedmont Lithium's and NAL, the NAL mine of Piedmont Lithium's. That's in southern Quebec. We got properties in there, in that area, and that was a recent development also. So we've been active, and we're going to continue to be active now that we've raised $4 million US, close to 5 million Canadian. Our treasury is full, and we're aggressively about to go and drill and get in the field as we speak.
I love the updates. Definitely, it sounds like you're very busy, and you're right, especially with the EV market just continuously booming. I know a lot of people are looking, initially we're at the automakers, but secondary is lithium. It's who's supplying those. So definitely you're in the right sector. When you did speak on Tanko mine, so obviously with your proximity close to that, which is one of the two hard rock lithium mines, what advantage do you think that would bring you?
So that's a total advantage being in Snow Lake, Manitoba, and having within proximity 400 miles away is the Tanko mine. I suggest that your audience Googles it. It's a nice mine that went into production about a year and a half ago. So it's been the longest producing hard rock lithium spodumene mine in North America. I mentioned Piedmont Lithium, which recently with Sayona, an Australian company, opened up the NAL mine in southern Quebec. There's only two of them, only two. So us being near one, what does this do? This allows us to look at what's called the DSO strategy. That's direct shipping ore. And that means we can pull ore from our known resource, Zorro. Remember I said that we made a discovery and drilled off 10,000 meters of drilling, and we have an inferred resource there at our Zorro property, one of our 4 distinct properties. We can go pull up ore, crush it, send it to that mine, and if they'll accept it, which I'm sure they will, we will be able to get a revenue stream going. So that takes a while to get going, but our situation is amenable to that because we are near the Tanko mine. There are no other hard rock lithium mines in North America, so there's not any in the US. You have to come to Canada to find one. And all the other lithium companies, they don't have this situation where we don't have to go out and spend 5 years and $600,000 to build a mine, which will take our lithium oxide ore and turn it into concentrate, which then gets further sent off to China and any refineries to make that white silvery lithium hydroxide that they put in the batteries. We don't have to take that 600 or 700 million and many years to go build a mine because we have one in the area. So it's quite an advantage, and I can't express enough what kind of opportunity this makes for Foremost.
Yeah, no, definitely. And what you mentioned about a lot of the recent developments and how active you are, but yet given, I guess, your market cap right now is roughly, I think, 25 million, if I remember correctly. But compared to your peers, for instance, even Brunswick Exploration, how do you feel that, do you think that's an accurate representation of and projection of your activities for the foreseeable future?
No, I think our market capitalization is low compared to our peers, but I think that gap will soon shrink. And I'll tell you why. With the launching on the NASDAQ, FMST, we now are looking at an audience which is 10 times the size. You can't get around it. The United States is 10 times the size of Canada. And it allows us to sort of bring to the table what Foremost Lithium can do with an extended audience. And I feel that as we get on our lithium lane properties and we start to explore with success and find more discoveries like we did back in 2016, that we will shrink the gap between us and our peers, and that should happen shortly.
Oh, sounds amazing. So you recently did mention, I think several times just in this discussion, about you timing properties and stuff, and you do have a very extensive background in the capital markets. What do you feel could be that you could take that and transfer it to benefiting Foremost? So how could you use your previous history to help?
Yes. Just to back things up a bit, I myself have 30 years of capital markets experience. I was a Canaccord Genuity broker and financier and I retired in 2004. In 2006, I came back and I started financing mining and venture capital and junior cap companies. That carries on all the way to today, where I own over 10% of Foremost Lithium, and I put myself in and a new board in December of last year so that we could go execute on this NASDAQ uplisting strategy, and we could go execute with the drills. So had to go in and make some changes. I also brought a stellar board and put them in place. I brought in Jonathan Moore, who's the president and CEO of two other battery metals companies, and he's got a company recently that's doubled on the Canadian Stock Exchange in the battery metal space. I brought in many people that could help us go and execute on our business plan. You will see Jody DeRouge, who I've worked with for many years. He's coming on. He's started working with our exploration teams, and he's famous for finding the Corvette property of Patriot Battery Metals. So big success there. They went and found this along with some other people. And myself, I financed the company that was called 92 Resources, which was the name before Patriot Battery Metals. So we've had a long history of going and finding these monster deposits and developing out lithium. And I plan to do that with my new team that is only about 6 months old, but we have launched on the NASDAQ. We've got the capital, and we'll go use that to further explore our lithium lane properties.
Oh, sounds amazing. Yeah, no, I think a lot of investors should really look at this company very in depth. It has a lot of good upside. What final words would you like to let viewers know about Foremost Lithium?
I would just let them know that the small market cap is a bit of an opportunity because the company most recently had a management change, had to go in there and change management. We've been focusing on launching on the NASDAQ, which is a very big accomplishment, and we've done so as of last Tuesday. And now with the use of proceeds, we will go in, and there's three ways to really grow this company. Most companies only have one. We have that DSO strategy where we can ship ore. So it's more than a year off. It takes a little while, but possible revenue stream there with the direct shipping ore. We also will go back into where we previously had our discovery and drilled off a resource and further increase tonnage. So what you do is you drill deeper, you drill around, you increase tonnage, and that usually is directly proportionate to your market cap. So up goes the tonnage, up goes the market cap. Then there's the discovery portion. So as I mentioned, we have 4 distinct properties. Others have targets. So we're going to be going in the field here and finding other targets. We have pegmatites that are a kilometer long, pegmatites that are a kilometer and a half long. And as you prove up the fact that they have lithium and then go in and drill, there's lots of upside. So all of these companies that go in and drill like ours are just one drill hole away from really increasing their market cap as they hit lithium with their drill. So that's what I would have to say to anybody watching.
Perfect. I'm going to have a link to the company's website in the description. So if you guys have any questions, comments, definitely recommend you guys popping over there. Very informative website. But Jason,
yeah,
I appreciate you coming on, and definitely, hopefully we can continue to have more chats like this in the future.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming on again. So thanks, Cal. Thanks for having me.